And do you take on bands that you don't expect to make a profit on?
Not all, no, you always do a band, and at the very least you hope to break even. You can't afford in this climate to take on a band and lose money, because there's not the money around to be made.
What other parts of the organisation of a gig like where we are today, what other parts are you involved with?
Well, everything from press advertising, printing the posters, getting them stuck up, ordering the humpers, sorting the catering out, everything really. You have a hand in every little bit, because if anything goes wrong, it's always the promoter that carries the can.
Carries the can. There are other costs: security, theatre staff, small items such as dry ice, performing rights. That and the cost of printing the tickets all mounts up. Then there's the cost of hiring the halls, which can come to £30,000 and over on a whole tour. These figures are taken before the band or the promoter have made any profit on the gig.
From him. How much do you expect to make on this tour?
Well, I don't know, about £3,000 or £4,000, I suppose.
Yeah? And is that like an average somewhere?
That's about average, yeah.
Does that mean you make it personally?
No,
How's that split up? How much do you see at the end of that?
What, me personally?
Yeah.
£200 a week. No, I get a percentage of the profits, but that just goes into the company. I mean, you don't actually, although you make £4,000, you don't actually get £4,000 cash in your hand. It's the same way if you make a profit on the tour, it's not divided up between the four of you.
No, that's true.
As with this tour, we're actually going to make a small profit, so at the end of the day, it's a gamble. I mean, if you remember, when we put this tour in, the other tour hadn't even started, so...
So we make a profit. Where does the money go?
It goes into your overall, in the bin. I mean...
In that case, then, how do you make your wages?
Good question. Well, we take our commission comes off the top. Our wages come out, I guess, from the bank at the moment, from overdraft facilities. Once the first royalty cheque comes in, apart from the fact you'll get obviously some money, we will claim back monies that we've advanced you. I mean, we've been, as well as the record company funding you over last year, the management company's funded you as well.
How much is your commission, Ian?
Our commission is 20%.
Yeah.
And then agency commission, which they take a commission only on the gig income, not on merchandise or anything else. That's 10%.
So how do you earn a living then, John?
How do I earn a living?
Yes.
What I do is I represent a number of groups and I book tours for them and I organise their fee and I take a commission on their fee of 10%.
What is that, on gross or on...
On your gross fee, yeah, and your percentage.
So can you explain to us what this percentage thing is then, John?
OK, so you're playing Birmingham Odeon and you're charging £4.50 and £3.50. Then you work out the gross of the hall, which is approximately £10,000. You then net off VAT, which is going to leave you about 8.6. You then take off that all the expenses it costs to promote the show. The hall will take a 30% rental. It costs money to print the posters, to do all the catering, to get the security guys in, and that leaves a net amount of money with which to play with. That gets split between the group and the promoter.
A band on tour has a guaranteed fee for each gig. Once they go above a certain figure in ticket sales, which has been agreed before the tour, they get a bit of icing on the cake. It's this money which is an important factor in whether or not a tour makes any money. Another source of funding is in the contribution paid by the support band, and in this case, One the Juggler.
How did One the Juggler get to be on this tour?
Well, the band liked this big country, and we bought on. You have to buy on, there's a buy-on fee. The fee being, how much is it?
Well, 3,500. But we've had about another 2,500, 3,000 expenses on top of that for hotels and van hire and all that sort of stuff. So it's about 6 or 7 grand in all.
And where does that money come from?
Well, the record company underwrite it, but I mean it's recuperable through record sales. So we've now got to sell loads and loads of records to pay